It's time for the Doug Garrison Show. The Lynn Klein from MarqTran is here, and we talk about what they do in an upcoming open house at their new transfer station. It's hockey season, and we learn about an Oldtimers tournament coming up in Marquette, and a hockey parade on 3rd Street, and an after party at the Marquette Regional History Center. And I'm fired up for NMU's homecoming this weekend. So stick around, the Doug Garrison Show starts now. Now!
Tell the host 2 minutes. Stand by live to tape. Lighting to show level, please. Confirm front of house sound PFL. Roll tape on masters, challenge places. Alright, let's clear the set. Cue John music, open stage mics, standby effects, standby CG. Standby to open on 3, 2. Alright folks, let's have a good show. Stand by, roll it in.
Thanks for joining us at home on Charter Channel 12 and Fox UP and all the folks here at Upfront and Company. Sorry, I'm running a little bit behind. We've got a full show tonight. We're going to talk about a lot of different things that are going on in the area that I'm sure you're going to be interested in. I don't have time to chat, so stick around. We'll be right back.
The Better Buildings for Michigan program has been extended for North Marquette residents.
I was introduced to the program last year when it was started in South Marquette. Well, their very first visit, they brought in some gray foaming to cover the pipes for the hot water tank, put some water saver adapters on the faucets, and they recommended what windows should be replaced. Very happy to have them do what they did.
To take part in the Better Building for Michigan programs, contact the Superior Watershed Partnership.
The Doug Garrison Show is brought to you in part by Iron Bay Computer and Design. Iron Bay gives you the quality and service you demand. And by Superior Collision. For all those unexpected dents and dings, contact Superior Collision. And by Marquette Golf Club, home of the classic heritage and award-winning Gray Walls golf courses. Ask about special end-of-the-season rates at Marquette Golf Club. All right, great. Thank you very much. A good crowd here again at Upfront and Company. Come on down and join us. We tape at about 6:30 on Tuesday nights, so we're always here, and we love to have a good crowd. So feel free to come on down. Our first segment tonight, we've got Lynn Klein, and she's the Executive Director of MarqTran. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now you're here specifically because you've got an open house coming up that you wanted to talk about. Tell us about that.
Okay. We have a new transfer center downtown on the corner of Spring and 3rd, and we're going to have an opening on the 26th, and it's...
Which is next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
Yep.
From 8 in the morning till noon.
8 in the morning till noon. I'll have to set my alarm early to get there for the... You have a ribbon cutting, you said at...
8:15.
8:15.
So that everybody can get up and get it over with and continue the day. We're also going to have some of our new buses down there at the transfer center so that people can see our new buses and see the progress that we've got.
Yeah. Now this has been kind of a long time coming. You were initially downtown across the street from that transfer station. You moved out to Marquette Township, but then at some point in time you must have felt you needed another facility in downtown Marquette. How did that come about?
Okay. Actually, when we moved out there, we had plans to build a downtown transfer center all along. We just had a hard time finding one that was centrally located with enough room in Marquette.
Yeah.
So we looked around and we finally got the corner, and it just happened to be right across from where we used to be. So it's pretty convenient.
That was just a coincidence then.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you said that you've got a lot of money. This was not a cheap building. This was 1.3 million.
It was between 1.2 and 1.3 million, and it was all grants. Some were earmarks. So some of this money has come from several years to build up, so we'd have enough money to build this in Marquette.
I think when people look at this, they think, well, this is our tax dollars being spent on this, but really it's money that comes in from federal and state governments, not money that the citizens of Marquette are necessarily spending on this.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's take advantage of that money, right?
Correct. It's 80% federally funded and 20% state funded. So it's our tax dollars that work, and it's something I think Marquette really needed.
Sure. Now this kind of replaces, you just had a kind of a wind, a lean-to over there on Bluff or
Bus
Ridge.
shelter.
Yeah,
yes.
just a shelter, and this kind of takes the place of that then.
Correct.
Yeah, okay. Now, I want to ask a couple questions about MarqTran in general. You know, we're not a huge city, but we're big enough, I think, to have public transportation. How is your ridership numbers compared to other communities of our size?
Well, actually, we have, for being a rural transit, which Marquette is, we actually have pretty decent numbers. In 2011, we had 336,000 passengers, which people don't realize. They always say, you know, I didn't see very many people in the buses, but we really do. We cover all of Marquette County, so it's a large county.
It is.
And we have 9 fixed routes, and most rural areas do not have fixed routes. So we're very fortunate in Marquette.
Well, I think it's always important to have public transportation of some sort, particularly for a town of this size. Also with the university, a lot of young people that need rides here and there. I think it takes care of our senior population as well. It's very important. You have a beautiful facility in Marquette Township as well. Any other expansions or any new things planned for MarqTran in the next couple of years?
Not that I can tell right now, but you know, we are looking at possibly doing a new dispatch system with maybe GPSs in the buses, so we'll be able to know where the buses are, and also hopefully eventually maybe people can Google on their phones and see where the bus is. So we are looking at technology.
Very nice. Is it expensive to ride the buses, and is there a system for people who need financial assistance to be able to ride buses?
Actually, it's very reasonable to ride our buses. You're looking anywhere from 40 cents on up to, I believe, like $1.60 one way, depending if you're general public, senior, or student.
With today's gas prices, that sounds pretty good.
I think so.
Yeah.
And we also have bus passes, and they can purchase for the fixed routes, and there's a discount for seniors and students. NMU students with their ID ride free on the bus, which is a great.
Yeah. It's always seemed to me that it's a service that you guys are quite customer friendly. You want to go out of your way and do what you can do to get people on the bus and rides where they need rides.
We do.
Okay, I appreciate that. Okay, your open house next Wednesday, 8 to noon, at the new transfer facility on the corner of Spring and 3rd. Will there be coffee there?
There will be coffee.
Okay, coffee. All right. You might want to check that out. Next Wednesday, Dylan will be there. Go say hi. Check out the new buses. See what MarqTran is doing for our community. Dylan, thank you very much for joining us. Good luck with MarqTran and your new facility. Okay, stick around. When we come back, we're going to talk about some hockey, so don't go anywhere. All right.
Summer is the perfect time to pack up and get on the open road. Take the summer road trip you've been dreaming of with a new vehicle from Fox Nagani. Save money with 10 Chevrolet vehicles offering 30 miles per gallon or more, and save time with OnStar turn-by-turn navigation, all backed by a 5-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Plan the perfect family getaway in a new Equinox. Visit friends with a new Chevy Cruiser. Spend the summer outdoors with your new Chevy Silverado.
So pick out your Chevy and enjoy the summer. Fox Nagani, Marquette County's hometown dealer, only the best.
There are no linen tablecloths, no fine china, and no extensive wine list. Yes, we do have great food. Yes, our hearty buffets are loaded with choices. And yes, our desserts are made fresh. Oh, and one other thing, when the bill arrives, yes.
Now, there are many ways to deal with a stubborn drain. There's the more passive approach, or everybody's least favorite, the aggressive approach. Or you can just call Swick Home Services. Their high-definition LED camera can go where no plumber has gone before, deep inside your sewer lines to find the root of the problem. So if you're battling a backed-up sewer, remember, my friend, choose your weapon wisely. Those Swick guys do everything.
Spotlight on Service is presented by the Marquette Community Federal Credit Union, where they're all about service to community. And I wanted to mention that, we have had service clubs on, and they do a lot of great work in the community. But there's also other ways to give back to the community. You don't have to belong to an official organization. And I find that we have people in all walks of life throughout our area doing things for their communities that don't necessarily belong to Rotary or Kiwanis or Exchange Club. There's plenty of ways to contribute. And we appreciate everything you do to make these communities more exciting and everything they can be. So with us now, with that in mind, are Ryan Reapy and Kevin Thompson. These guys are the co-directors of the Marquette Oldtimers Hockey Tournament. And are you guys old-timers yourselves now?
Absolutely.
What's the
Ryan
cutoff?
is. I'm still a young buck.
Are you still young?
Yeah.
Is there an official cutoff for old-timers?
It's a 3-year difference between the two of us.
Is there an age? Is there just a state of mind?
No, we go 18 and up in the tournament.
Okay, but we're not talking about youth hockey. We're talking about adults.
Yep.
And now this tournament, you guys are in your 4th year for this.
Mm-hmm.
What caused you to get this started in the first place, Ryan?
Well, we started out just Kevin and I having a beer at the third base one night.
Well, that was a given.
Yep.
And tell us something we don't know now.
Well, what happened is you look around the UP and there's a lot of tournaments going on, and Marquette they've had one, and it's been an 8-team tournament, it's been a 16 tournament, and they're always cut off after 2 or 3 years, and no one wants to follow the interest of doing it. And I looked at Kev one night and said, we should do this, and he said, let's do it. And now we're in our 4th year.
Yeah, and it keeps getting bigger and bigger.
It's growing. We started out with 24 teams, and now we're up to 50 teams.
50 teams.
50 teams in 4 years.
Is it all men's, or some women teams, or co-ed teams? What do you have there?
No, we started a women's division last year, and we only had 3 enter last year. We're up to 6 this year. So we had a great response. I think as long as we have a good showing for it and great games this year with the women's, I think it's even going to get bigger, because that's all out of town teams except for one team.
How big can it get? How many teams can you handle?
I think it's actually as big as we can get, but the best part is the community supports it.
Yeah.
They got the parade on 3rd Street, all the restaurants, the establishments that we like to have a couple of soda pops at. They all gather behind us, and we all have a good time, and everybody follows behind it. And I think the participants all partake in that. And
well, it's another one of those events that brings a lot of people to Marquette.
Absolutely.
So certainly it's good for the community. Kevin, what are some of the teams? Can you give us an idea of who's coming?
Yeah, in the open division, there's 8 teams. Our open stresses 18 and over with the real, we got a lot of there's some ex-pros coming in from the NHL. You'd know more of these guys, but a lot of ex-D1 players, a lot of local younger high school electrician players, a lot of guys that play junior A. So the hockey is just a great level. And then we do a 30 and over. Guys like Ryan
and I. Also a great level.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Some stars, some legends right here in our line.
Yeah.
40 and over, 50 and over. We're doing a 60 and over this year, so there's some real true old-timers, a women's and a novice division.
Yeah. And where are the games played, Ryan?
We'll have Lakeview Arena. It'll be both rinks going, the Russell and the Olsen, and then again at the Barrie Event Center. And getting back to the other question, could we get bigger? Possibly, but we'd really have to outsource it a little bit, maybe going not out of Marquette County, but going into a different town.
I think 50 teams is big enough, and there's limited ice, obviously. Yeah. Now, it's a 4-day event, starts the 27th. That's a Thursday and runs through Sunday, so you've got games going all day and all night type of thing?
Thursday we start at 5 o'clock.
Okay.
So we give we try to do all the local teams to get a game in on Thursday.
Yep.
And then we start with all the traveling teams that start at 9 a.m. on Friday morning. And we go Friday morning right through 10 o'clock at night. We start back up at 8 a.m. on Saturday morning. And we go to 11:30 Saturday night.
Beautiful. What about fans? You looking for fans?
Yeah, we'd love to see as many old and new fans down there as possible. For the old hockey fans around this town, it's a great chance to come back and see a lot of old people that you might have grown up with at the rinks before, or a lot of old names that you were watching down at Lakeview back in the day. It's just it's a good family environment too. So we really stress that. You bring the whole family down. This year we are doing a cover. It's the first year we've done it. It's a $5 cover for the whole weekend.
That'll get you in
any rink, all the games. That includes some special discounts at some of our sponsors. They'll receive kind of a Livestrong bracelet.
Yeah,
with our,
well, you can't beat that.
Exactly.
And like you say, I think the local hockey community, there's no group of people that kind of value their history and what's come before them as much as hockey players. So I think a lot of the guys really like seeing the old guys showing up and rekindling some old friendships.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a tight knit. I mean, the hockey community is a tight knit. We did a fundraiser up in Houghton this past winter, and it's a real tight knit. Marquette went up there to play Houghton.
Yeah.
And at the drop of a hat, we all went up there to play, and we raised $20,000 for a friend in need.
Beautiful.
And it's a tight knit, and all those guys come down to Marquette, and the Northerns Club team is getting all the proceeds from that are going to be raised at the door.
Yep.
So it's a great benefit for them to come out.
It sounds good. Okay, it's a week, next weekend, the 27th through the 30th. Tickets available at the door. Get that weekend pass. $5 gets you into everything.
Adult beverages will be served.
Adult beverages will be served. All right, Ryan and Kevin, the Marquette Oldtimers Hockey Tournament, part of a big hockey weekend in Marquette. Make sure you participate. Thanks for coming in, guys.
Thanks,
See you again next year. All right, stick around. When we come back, we're going to talk about the hockey parade. It's a hockey night. Don't go anywhere.
Guess what? You can get any new or used car financed in the Marquette Community Federal Credit Union for 3.9% APR. New or used. Got your eye on this new Escalade? 3.9%. How about this 75 Gremlin? 3.9%. Looking at this stylish Dodge Dart? 3.9%. How about a new Chevy Cruze? 3.9%. RV, boat, tractor? 3.9%. What about this DeLorean time machine? 3.9%. 3.9% auto loans, new and used at the Marquette Community Federal Credit Union. Stop in and apply today.
At Joe's Automotive, we didn't hire a marketing team wanting us to move to a high-cost, easy-to-find location. Nope, we're still inconveniently located across from the municipal power plant, saving money to spend on what is most important, the latest electronic diagnostic equipment and the top certified mechanics. At Joe's Automotive, we didn't need a Washington bailout. Instead, we're offering a stimulus package for you. Take 15% off the cost of labor and 10% off the cost of parts. That's because at Joe's Automotive, we know you want no-hassle quality service at a reasonable price.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. Our hockey theme continues. And just so you know, I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but I would be a pretty good hockey player. I just can't skate, and that's the only thing that's holding me back. Once I get that figured out, I can stick handle. Okay, with me are Phil Johnson and Kim LaHillier, and you guys are kind of representing the village in the Village Business Association as parade organizers. That's part of this whole big hockey thing. This is what, the third year for the parade, Phil?
Yes,
Year
it is.
3, and this parade keeps getting bigger and bigger too.
Yes.
Now it's Friday night. The hockey tournament starts Thursday. The parade is Friday.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit of the highlights of the parade. Who's going to be in this thing?
Well, anybody who's associated with hockey in Marquette at any level, all the teams are welcome to be in the parade. Even if you're not on a team, you're welcome to participate in the parade, which will start at the Barrie Event Center, 5:30 on Friday, September 28th.
Yeah. Now you still are looking for parade entries then, if someone's interested in participating.
Yes, and anybody who would like to have a float, anybody who's part of a business that is affiliated with hockey, you're welcome to have anything in the parade that could promote your business or promote hockey in general.
And if someone wants to be in the parade and they have something to do with hockey, who should they contact?
Well, we have numbers listed on our sheets to sign, but what we are saying now is call the DDA.
Call
It's
the Downtown
best.
Development. Emily at Downtown
Emily
Development.
at the
Her
DDA,
number's
because-
228-9475. It's the Marquette Downtown Development Authority.
Because they kind of cut it out, but it's fine now, and anyone can show up at the last minute.
It's a parade.
It's
all
a
for
parade,
fun.
and it's a fun parade.
And if you show up with your entry or your float at the Barrie Event Center, they're on time. We know you're coming.
That's
We'll
right.
have you in the parade. Because
You
I'm
can-
going to be helping out too. I'm going to be down
you
there
can show up.
at
We
the
had
start.
last year people show up at the last minute. We had no idea they were going to be there, and they're fine. So
Right.
it's a great.
Of course, we want it to be a hockey theme, of course, not just
Well, yeah.
anybody. Okay.
We like that.
Now the parade starts at the Barrie Center, goes down North 3rd Street, and where does it
South.
end up this year, Kim?
South to past the Commons into the Marquette Regional History Center.
Okay.
And where we will be ending this year. This is the first year we're doing this. It's going to be a hockey celebration.
And kind of an
we'll
after
have
party?
After party with the music and refreshments.
At the
and
History Center,
At the History
which we're
Center.
going to talk about in our next segment.
In our next segment, but there'll be a lot of memorabilia, and then there'll also be a showing at 7 o'clock at the Commons for the children. It's called the Mighty Ducks.
Mighty Ducks.
That the DDA is
A movie
sponsoring.
outside at the Commons.
Outside.
Free.
First time, first year.
Yeah.
And then also
I
this
thought they were
year-
going to show Slapshot.
No
for the
Slapshot.
kids. No
Slapshot.
Okay,
No,
Slapshot.
we were going to get the brothers here, but no.
Oh, okay, all
So then also this year, the parade participants, the teams can participate in an award situation so they can be representing
there's all kinds
awards.
Well, yeah, there's all kinds
You
of
know,
categories
I mean,
that they can win
right.
stuff. Now,
We
there's
have-
also these skates here. You brought yours. This is Togo's skate.
Yes, this is
and
Togo's.
you're a Togo's person. And the Togo, these skates are going to be up on all the flag poles.
Any
Look at that. Togo's
businesses
loves hockey.
or
Isn't that cool?
individuals
Yeah. Okay.
had an opportunity to paint these and put them in the.
But they're all sold out, but those are going to...
Those are gone this year, but next year we'll have more.
Those are going to adorn all the flagpoles.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that sounds good. That sounds exciting. One last thing before I let you go. There's also going to be a Music on Third Thursday, right? The 27th. Another one of our Music on Third. Starts at 5 o'clock, goes till 7 o'clock. Bands up and down North 3rd Street.
Right.
So it's a big weekend. Hockey's the main feature. The tournament starts on Thursday. The parade's on Friday. When we're going to end up at the History Center, we're going to talk to Chris Ozier from the History Center in just a minute about that. And Music on Third. We wanted to mention our sponsors, Range Bank.
Range Bank, it's their 100th anniversary. They're our major sponsor, and they have been. Pirani's is our other sponsor, and they will be supplying the prizes for the team that presents itself best to the community, and there's some other criteria that they could look at the entry form.
Beautiful.
So it's going to be
Team
just
bags.
a great celebration of the start of the hockey season in Marquette County.
I'm all for it. So it takes a lot of good business sponsors, volunteers like yourselves, and the community shows up and supports it, and it's a great event.
It's great.
Absolutely.
Rivaling cheese days, I would say. We're getting there. Okay.
This is a parade.
Kim and Phil, thanks for joining us. We'll be looking forward to that. Remember, it's Friday the 28th, starts at 5:30. Get your spot on North 3rd Street, and enjoy the hockey parade. Okay, when we come back, we're going to talk about the after party at the Marquette History Center. Don't go away. All right.
It's a sweet sound, turning the key in the lock of your new home. If you're house hunting or building this year, come in and talk to us about pre-qualifying for a mortgage at Peninsula Bank. While mortgage rates remain historically low, pre-qualified buyers are ready to make an offer when you find your dream home or property. Pick up a loan application at any Penn Bank office or drive-through. We're happy to assist you in completing the application. Peninsula Bank is an equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Who has Toyota, Honda, and Nissan right here in Marquette all day long?
We've got the 3 Z's going on here at Riverside Automotive in Marquette. Zip, zero, zilch. 0 down payment, 0% interest, and 0 payments for 90 days on any new or pre-owned vehicle in stock. Only at Riverside Automotive in Marquette.
Give us a try, you'll be singing our song, Riverside.
0 down payment, 0% interest, and 0 payment for 90 days.
The Doug Garrison Show is brought to you in part by the Bell Foundation, Big Brothers Big Sisters, Harvest Half Marathon, and Family Fun Festival. Register for the races at harvesthalf2012.conterra.org. And by Cliffs Natural Resources, a global mining leader with local investment and impact. Cliffs Natural Resources. And by Togo's, Marquette's original submarine sandwich. Togo's loves hockey and all sports. togostogo.com. Our focus on arts and culture is presented by City Insurance, a full-service independent insurance agency offering competitive prices and services for all types of personal and business insurance. That's City Insurance. Okay, our hockey theme continues. We talked about the Oldtimers Tournament, then the parade, and the parade ends up at the Marquette Regional History Center, and representing that fine organization is Chris Ozier. You've been on the show before, Chris. Welcome back.
Thank you.
And one of the old timers, and that's just a name. That's is Mike LaHillier, and Mike's going to be in the tournament. You play with the old timers group, right?
Yes.
And some of the old timers playing. Are you the? You mentioned you're the last of the Iron Rangers.
There's no more Iron Rangers playing. I think I was the last one.
Yeah. And when did the Iron Rangers quit playing? How long ago was that?
I think it was 1977.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
But that's certainly a big part of hockey history in Marquette. Yeah. And speaking of hockey history in Marquette, Chris, you guys at the History Center have a display set up next week for this Hockey Week celebration. Tell us about it.
We sure do. We have a collection of memorabilia from the Iron Rangers and some other local teams that we're going to have on display all week long in celebration for Hockey on Third.
That's awesome. And you're still looking, if anybody has something to bring in?
Yeah, we'd love it. We'd bring it on down. If you'd rather have it be just for the night of the parade, we can do that. Or if you can have it all week, that'd be great too.
Sure. Now, the parade this year, a new thing, is going to go all the way to the History Center and end there, and you're going to kind of open the doors and invite people to come in for a little warm-up and see what you're doing there.
That's right. We're happy to partner with them. Having the afterglow of the parade at the History Center is great to bring everyone into the hall to celebrate the parade, the hockey tournament, give the awards. There'll be refreshments, a band, all sorts of fun.
It's all good. And really, when you think about hockey's a big part of the history of this town. It really is. And Mike, you've been a big part of it. You were a coach of the Marquette Senior High School Redmen team. How many championships did you? Two championships.
Yeah. Class A.
Class A championships. Yeah. And these are the types of things that are people talk about and remember for years and years. People are still talking about the Iron Rangers. I think there was a team called the Sentinels, right?
Sentinels, yeah.
And then we had the most recent incarnation of the Rangers team. Now they're part of hockey history in Marquette too. Yeah. Well, that sounds like a good time. I think the fact that the parade is going to lead everybody right down to the History Center, and all these hockey folks can lie about the old days, embellish some statistics and stories. Yeah. Check out the kiosk and all the displays that you have at the History Center. Yeah. Sounds like it's going to be a great week for hockey in Marquette.
Definitely.
Okay. I did want to mention the Downtown Development Authority has done a lot with this, the Village Business Association, all these volunteers, all these people that have worked very hard to put this together. And it's bringing a lot of people in the community together to make this happen, including all the hockey players that are going to participate in the tournament and the parade.
Oh, there's going to be a lot of Iron Rangers there. Jerry Sullivan, Ossie O'Neill, Barry Cook, Mike White,
all the names
Bill Oswald, a lot of All-Americans that played on college teams that that would probably be in the National Hockey League if there wasn't 6 National Hockey League teams then. So
there you go. Well, a good chance to get together and share some stories and see.
We're going to have a lot of fun.
Yeah. Okay. That's going to wrap it up for our hockey segments. Before we go on, I'll mention, Mike, you're going to coach the Redmen again next year.
I'm going to coach the Redmen again, and another stint as a head coach.
Okay. Congratulations on that. Good luck to the Redmen. Okay. That's it for hockey. Remember, get involved next week. There's plenty of stuff going on. Thank you to all the hockey people in town. All right, enjoy. All right, we'll be right back.
City Insurance has you covered. Located on Washington Street, Marquette.
There are many reasons for pre-planning funerals. Peace of mind. Sparing family difficult decisions. Paying for tomorrow's services at today's prices. But none is more important than making someone's loss a little less empty. Contact Canale Tonella Funeral Home for their free brochure on pre-planning.
Well, we talked a lot of hockey tonight. I want to take just a minute to talk about football because this weekend is Northern's homecoming, and there's a lot of stuff going on that is available to everyone in the Central Upper Peninsula. If you got anything to do with Northern, come on back and check out some of the homecoming activities. Some of my favorite stuff, of course, the homecoming parade on 3rd Street is Friday at 5:30. Following that, the all-alumni reception at the Landmark Inn, 6:30 to 8:30. Then at 8:30, music and dance at the Ordock Brewing Company. Company. And then, of course, festivities continue on Saturday. There's a soccer game, Northern versus Tech at 11 a.m. And, of course, there's a new event. It's a street party called NMU Game Day on 3rd Street from 11 to 1:30. And, of course, the football game, Northern versus Ashland at 2 p.m. at the Dome, followed by the 5th quarter reception at the Holiday Inn. Plenty of stuff going on for Northern's homecoming. Take advantage and have fun. Okay, I want to thank our guest, Lynn Klein from MarqTran, all my friends from the hockey community, and I want to thank you for joining us this week on the Doug Garrison Show. See you next week. All right.